are now watching Nickelodeon. Layer 01 Introduction.
In 2001, Nickelodeon, the network responsible for SpongeBob SquarePants, Rugrats, and the general concept of being a happy child, looked at a pitch about an alien invader trying to destroy humanity from the inside of a middle school and said, yeah, sure, let's show this to a bunch of 9-year-olds. Invader Zim premiered on March 30th, 2001. It was loud, it was weird, it was deeply unhinged, and it was one of the darkest things to ever run between episodes of Rocket Power. It also lasted less than 2 seasons before Nickelodeon quietly pulled the plug. But here's the thing, it shouldn't have worked at all, and somehow that's exactly why it did. Created by Jonan Vasquez, a comic book artist best known for a horror series called Johnny the Homicidal Maniac, which, as the name suggests, is not a children's book. Invader Zim followed a small, incompetent alien named Zim, who was sent to Earth as a fake mission by his own leaders just to get rid of him. His leaders don't actually want him to conquer anything. He's too chaotic, too destructive, he's too Zim. But Zim doesn't know that, so he puts on a wig, some safety goggles, and enrolls in school and begins his campaign to destroy humanity from the inside, assisted by Gur, his robot companion who is, to put it kindly, completely non-functional. And standing in Zim's way is Dib, a human kid who can see through Zim's disguise, who nobody believes, and who will sacrifice anything to prove that an alien has infiltrated his school. He is relentlessly, exhaustingly right, and it does nothing for him. The show is basically a battle between two losers. One wants to conquer the world, the other one wants to be taken seriously. Neither of them are winning.
Layer 02 Atmosphere.
Here's the thing about Invader Zim that you notice as an adult while you're watching it. This show was dark. Not edgy for the sake of it dark. Genuinely, structurally, existentially dark. Take the humans. Every adult in the show is oblivious to the point of catastrophe. They walk past Zim, green skin, no ears, glowing red eyes, and think, yeah, that's fine. A child is screaming about alien invasion and they hear, he needs a hobby. Dib's father is a world-renowned scientist who has essentially no time for his children. His affection, when it comes, is delivered like a memo. The show plays it for laughs, and it is funny, but there's something underneath it that lands differently once you're older. And then there's Zim himself. He's the villain, technically, but the show never lets you forget that he was thrown away by his own people. He's delusional and destructive, yes, but he's also completely alone, convinced he's important in a universe that has already decided he isn't. That's a lot to pack into a cartoon where a robot dog eats a couch. Other episodes went further. Dark Harvest, for example, where Zim literally steals organs from his classmates to appear more human, is the kind of episode that makes you wonder how it got made, aired, and then just continued. The show didn't flinch, it just moved on to the next episode about Gur eating nachos. And here's where Invader Zim does something genuinely interesting. The darkness doesn't weigh the show down, it makes everything funnier. Because the tone is consistent. The world of Invader Zim is awful and it knows it is, and it commits to that completely. There's no lesson at the end, no moment where someone learns something. Zim fails, Dib fails, and everyone goes home slightly worse off than before. That consistency creates an absurdist freedom. When nothing can go right, everything becomes a joke. When the stakes are technically enormous, alien invasion, human extinction, but nobody cares, the tension deflates into something almost surreal. You laugh because the show refuses to take its own premise seriously, even as it plays every scene with the complete conviction. Zim is not winking at you, he genuinely believes he is winning. That gap between his confidence and his reality is where all the comedy lives. It's a difficult balance to pull off. Most shows that try this tip too far in one direction. Either the darkness becomes too heavy or the comedy undercuts any sense of stakes at all. Invader Zim walked the line better than almost anything else on TV at that time. So, why did Nickelodeon cancel it?
Layer 03 Cancellation and Reload.
The official reasons are a bit murky. Low ratings is usually the cited reason. The show's audience was older than the network expected, and it was expensive to produce. Vasquez had suggested the relationship with the network was strained from the start. He was not, by most accounts, easy to manage. Shocking, given that his previous work was a comic about a serial killer. The show ended mid-production in 2002, leaving episodes unfinished and storylines unresolved. For years, it existed only in reruns and increasingly frantic fan communities, the kind that made elaborate fan sites in the mid-2000s with animated cursor trails and MIDI theme music. But the cult grew, and in 2019, Nickelodeon, apparently realizing they'd left money on the table, released Invader Zim Enter the Fortress, a TV movie that reunited the original cast and crew and genuinely delivered on what fans have been waiting 17 years for. It was good. It was really good. It felt like the show had never left, which, for a lot of people who grew up with it, it hadn't. Invader Zim shouldn't have existed. Not on Nickelodeon, not in 2001, not in the format it was given. It was too weird for its time slot, too dark for its audience, and too expensive for its ratings. By every metric, it should have been a disaster. Instead, it became something rare. A cartoon that actually trusted its audience to handle something a little uncomfortable. Something a little bleak. Something that didn't end with a lesson and a hug, but was him standing in the ruins of another failed plan, absolutely certain he was still winning. And honestly, 20-something years later, we're still watching. Which means he probably is too.